All right,
Oh, yeah.
so I prepared some treats for you guys today. I love it. You guys are all active in the chat bar. Thumbs up, fire, rock and roll. Okay, so couple things. Shareholders is coming up. Who knows the dates of shareholders? Type it in the screen if you're positive. You know the date for shareholders. I wrote it down, but I actually didn't put the date. Who knows the date? There it is, May 17th through the 21st. We got it. We got it. So put that in your calendar. It's going to be virtual this year. Last year we did it because it was COVID, and I was like, we're going to crash the world. We're going to crash the world. I was so nervous, and it was a home run. It was awesome. I'm very excited about doing shareholders virtually. Nobody has airfare costs, hotels, travel, eating out. But I am doing, if you could get there, the mastermind in the tropics. I know a lot of you try to get tickets, and it's frustrating. We'd rather meet than just not meet at all. So we have 600 people for sure. And if the Hyatt Ziva opens up, we'll have 1,000. But it is not us. It is the Hyatt Ziva in Cabo. So if you can get there somehow, some way, that's coming up April 25th and 30th. Can you guys hear me?
I got back to
Okay.
So
I love it.
Miguel, close your mic.
Yeah. And
must be something is checking.
Got to mute your mics.
Let's see what that is.
It's my dad. My dad is the violator.
You got it.
Dad, if you can hear me, turn your mic off.
Brent, you can do it from your administrative controls too.
Like I know how to do that. I have okay, how do I do that? How do I do it? I don't know how to do it.
Brent, I'm up here doing it. It's funky. It doesn't work like it should.
All right, good. Well, that's so funny. Good job, Pops. He's always like, how does this thing work? I love my dad. My dad can mess up. It's okay. He's my dad. The rest of you are big trouble. Just kidding. Okay, so shareholders is coming up. Put that on there. The mastermind in the tropics is coming up. August, of course, we have Tony Robbins. We're planning on 6,000 people. The vaccines roll out. COVID goes down. We're planning on doing that. And, of course, EXPCon in Las Vegas in November. Got a lot of great things to do this year. Don't mess it. And also, I just want to get it out there before we forget. The next training we do is going to be April. James, if we don't have the date, let's get a date before this is over and let everyone know when in April that's happening, okay? And I know James is like the Wizard of Oz. He's all things doing that. So, okay, so number one, let's go ahead and start. Number one, I think one of the key things to being successful at this is vision, okay? Is having vision. So if you really write this down, begin with the end in mind. Like 5 years from now, if you could sponsor, 25 people, maybe you want to go for the Grand Slam home run, which is over 40, but just 25. I tell you what, you will work harder to get 25 listings than you will to get 25 agents. And it's like anything. It took me a while to learn how to be a listing agent. When I figured out it was like duck soup, I could get it done. Same thing with the agent thing. So what is your vision? Where are you going to be in 5 years? Well, would you have 500 people in your organization? Would you have, this is our 5th year, and James is watching. We will have about 17 to 18,000 people on our 7 levels, but 30,000 in the organization. That's in 5 years. What will you have? Nick? Well, that's you. You're special. No. You know what's going to happen in the next 5 years? We'll have 250,000 people. 250,000. There's 200,000 coming. In 10 years, worldwide, we'll be in 100 countries. We're going to have 1 million agents in 100 countries in the next 10 years. There's 950,000 coming. Your timing couldn't be better. You're not too late. We've paved the gravel roads and filled in the potholes, and now it's time to rock and roll. So get your mindset right. So does anybody know what national holiday is tomorrow? Does anybody know tomorrow? Something huge is tomorrow. It's the biggest thing in American history. It's a big deal, and it's happening tomorrow. Who can tell me? Nope, not Groundhog Day. National Book Day. Nope. EXP. Nope. What's happening tomorrow? It's huge. This is epic. Nobody? Come on, Rev Day. No, Rev Day is nothing compared to this. This is a big deal. It's tomorrow. I'm shocked. There's that Women's Day. That is important. I'm looking. No, Brent's birthday. there's somebody fun. It's my birthday tomorrow. I'm 55. It's a doggone big thing. If you know me, you know I like my birthday. 55 years old and loving life. And so this is a big deal. So here's what I want to tell you though. You got to have a vision. And I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, some pretty awesome, amazing things can happen for you. So I want you to do this. You got to write this down. Begin with the end in mind. So what does it look like 5 years from now? Have you sponsored 25? Have you sponsored, thank you for all the birthday wishes. Have you sponsored 40? Have you sponsored 100? I don't know. And then I had some guy I was just talking to before this. He's very successful. He says, well, if you join EXP, just don't become a recruiter. I go, you know what? Gary Keller became a recruiter. Coldwell Banker became a recruiter. Sotheby's, Christie's, Berkshire Hathaway. These are all people's last names. The people we know who are ultra wealthy became recruiters. It is a skill. You can learn it. And I have a message for those of you that are brand new, that have never sold a house, that have no street credibility. I'm going to show you how to kill it at EXP recruiting. And then, of course, there's over 500 people in here right now. Well, if everybody's recruiting, who's going to sell the real estate? I mean, it's a logical question, right? And of course, they're saying don't be a recruiter if you go to EXP, because why? Because people will follow you. I mean, when I left Remax for Keller Williams, people followed me. When I left Keller Williams for EXP, people followed me. Plus, I reached out. So here's the deal. Recruiting is the highest form of leverage. There's buyers. Everybody starts there. Then you can become a listing agent. Listings equal a leverage. Listings have babies. You can get your life back with listings. But the highest form of leverage is not a franchise. Babysitting 200, 300, 400 people is not the highest form of leverage. It's doing what we're doing. So we're going to teach you how to do this. So again, you have to have vision. So 5 years from now, have you sponsored 25? Have you sponsored 40? How big is your organization? What does that be? And then, so you got to kind of, and then map it out. Where would you live? What kind of trips would you take? Do all that. And then number 2 is belief. You got to believe it yourself. I didn't necessarily believe it when I got an EXP. It looked possible, but I didn't want to mess up what I had. I'm doing good. I did an EXP. I'm doing 100 million a year in sales. I'm happy. We're doing it. James and I, we're cranking. But here's the deal. So I did a beta test on accident. You really need to work on doing beta tests with your agents. In other words, you try so hard to recruit the agent. Don't stop that. And that's really, I'm almost going to take some fault in this. Say instead of doing that, go, who's your best friend in real estate? So-and-so. Let's show this to Bill. Let's show this to Karen. And guess what? You may not know them so well, but their best friend knows them really well. And I cannot tell you how many best friends have wrestled down their best friend. All of a sudden, it's an explosion. 1 + 1 is not 2. 1 + 1 is 11. You'll get 11 times more done. Instead of spending a week, 3 weeks, 3 months recruiting the one, how about have them show it to their best friend and their second and third best buddies in real estate? All of a sudden they showed it to 2 or 3. I showed it to 8 by mistake, really out of fear. Out of fear, I went to my sphere. Write that down. Out of fear, go to their sphere. Some people are afraid to come to EXP. They're like, I'm nervous. I was a little nervous too. I mean, leaving my office at Keller Williams, going to Regis by myself. Oh, this sounds depressing and lonely. There's a little bit of anxiety and fear and all that. And so out of fear, I went to my sphere and I shared it with 8 people, and 6 joined immediately. 1 more joined a year later, another one a year after that. Sean Work was number 8. And so here's the deal. Instead of trying to convince them to be brave, to stake their claim to be Braveheart, paint their face half blue, and just be, Conan the Barbarian, you get the idea. In Rocky, you're trying to turn them into Rockies, which is partly my fault. I'm like, be intense, do the follow-up, get done. Much easier way to do this is show it to their best friend, and their best friend could have a little bit of fear and apprehension, but God, it looks good. Then you go to the best friend. Who's your best buddy in real estate besides Bill here, besides Karen, besides Tom, besides Jenny? And they go, well, my best buddy is my college buddy. He lives in Portland, and let's show it to him. If your best friend calls you, or someone that you're really good friends with, when I called Rick Jiha, he took my call. It wasn't a cold call. When I called Cliff Freeman, he took my call. When I called Jeff Willems, he took my call. Frank Crandall, Marguerite Crispello, they took my college people I knew. I went to my sphere. And guess what? So you go to the second one's person, you show it to them. And they go, wow, yeah, this looks good, but I don't know. Like, well, who do you know? And you every day, you're going to something. 5 days later, you could have actually shown the modelexplain.com to 5 people. And here's what happens. Pretty soon, maybe the third, maybe the fourth, maybe the fifth, and hopefully it's the fifth. Hopefully the fifth person's like, are you kidding me? I've been looking for this. I mean, I have EXP insomnia. This is awesome. In fact, I'm moving. I'm signing up today. So you go back to number 4. Hey, Bill's fired up. He's signing up. You gonna do this or not? I'm in. Okay. They say go back to number 3. Hey, Tom and Bill signed up. Karen, you want to do this? They're in. They're doing it. Oh my gosh, I don't want to FOMO, fear of missing out. FOMO, right? Oh, I don't want to lose those guys. Okay, I'm in. And then all of a sudden it goes boom, 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 and all of a sudden you have 5 generations. Instead of spending 5 months trying to recruit the person, I want you guys to have a shift, to be agile and to quit spending, and I've kind of taught it, a sense of urgency. Get them to your sponsor, get them to your sponsor, and your sponsor. And if you got to get them to me or get them to Gene or Rob Flick or Scott Lewis or Pat Hayes or Tom Chalk. And then from there, get them to Chris Bear or Sam Rodriguez. If we have to, we'll bring in the big guns, Dave Kennard, Jason Gessing. Man, but we might even get Glenn involved, And so, and then 6 months later, they join. Wow, you're really growing fast. How about just show their best friend tomorrow and show that person's best friend in real estate the next day. And then their uncle has a place in Nashville with 40 agents. Show them on Thursday. And then who's your best buddy? Well, that'd be my college buddy. He's in West Palm Beach. Let's show him on Friday. And all of a sudden, one of them hits. They go, I'm in. I'm doing this. And then you go to, not to all 4, but to the sponsor and go, hey, he's in. You don't want to lose him, do you? And then they sign up and you work your way all the way back to the person you originally told. Instead of getting 1, you get 5 in a week. Does that make sense to everybody? Write that down in the chat bar. Does this make sense to you, what I'm talking about? Yes, no. And then all of a sudden you get not 1, but 5 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And then you get that triple braided cord. There's this thing called the Bible. It talks about a triple braided cord, not easily broken. They're coming as a team. And the people who come as a group, they get fired up. What do? We talk people to death. We just grind and they're kind of bound up with fear. Not everybody has that Braveheart mentality, that Rocky mentality, that Apollo 13, Apollo Creed, Muhammad Ali, like I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest. Not everyone feels that way. Not even me. I was like, I could probably tell 10 or 15 the first year and maybe up 80 to 100. And they ended up doing 40 and had 878. I didn't see that. So what you want to do, instead of talking, convincing, your goal should be that night or the next day to show it to someone they know. Like, what if they don't like it? Show it to somebody else. I'm telling you, start doing this. I've been watching. It's working really, really good instead of talking them to death. I'm going to do a Q&A at the end. You can write down some questions. But do you believe it? Here's the problem. If you don't believe that you're the best agent to list that home, you will lack some authenticity in your voice. Okay, so what is the best form of communication? A letter, an email? No, it's a phone call. I mean, better. What's better than that? A Zoom, Facebook, FaceTime on your phone, an iPhone, or a Zoom, because 90% of all communication is nonverbal. It's my hands moving. It's a smile on my face or the very serious. It's what's going on here. Okay, 90%. People look at your body language, your tonality, your voice. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. They listen to the music. They're going, do you believe what you're actually saying? Are you the best listing agent? Are you? And of course, the best thing is face-to-face, belly button to belly button. You can't always do that. And Zoom can actually, I'm in India. All of a sudden I'm in Brazil. Then I'm in Italy, and then I'm in West Palm Beach, and then I'm in Knoxville, and then I'm up in Richmond, Virginia, and then I'm in Sacramento, California, then I'm in Salt Lake, and then it's lunchtime. Then it's lunchtime. I traveled the world before lunch. I'm telling you, yes, it's better in person, but Zoom will make you more effective and make you more successful. So belief, though, back to number 2, belief. If you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. Can't achieve it. To make a rhyme, if you don't believe it, you can't achieve it. So why is Tony Robbins so important? I don't get paid a dime if you sign up for Tony Robbins. You need to, like Randy Bird just flew here. He just landed at my place. He and my wife are running on our golf cart. She's showing the island. I'm busy doing this, so I would be with them. And but he's doing a new Tony Robbins with us on the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. We're taking 4 days. I'm not taking a single call. I mean, I'm done. I'm unavailable. It is more important to get my head right, my attitude right, my fire, my mind thought, you know, to focus on other people, to listen to what they're saying, to be present, to not be so busy with my agenda, but to say things like, okay, you watch the modelexplain.com. So what is it you want like? And they go, well, we love KV Core. We've had people join just for KV Core, and you're talking rev share and stock, and they like KV. They're okay with that. You should talk KV Core, or maybe like the 10 to 15 classes a day, and you think it was KV Core, and you're talking about KV. They don't care about KV Core. They like the 10 to 15 classes a day, or the virtual world. They think it's cutting edge. I didn't like the virtual world. I didn't like KV Core. I didn't like the 10 to 15, I mean, I thought the 10, 15 classes a day were cool, but it wasn't like gonna make me move. The stock I did not like. I was not excited about the stock. It was actually a negative for me. You're all telling me how great it is. I'm like, yeah. But the rev share, for me, it was all, I understood it and it made sense. And I'm like, I'm gonna go for this. So let's keep going, let's keep going. So Tony Robbins is the key to belief. He gets your head right. He gets you new questions, new distinctions, which create new questions that can help you. You ever feel like you're stuck? I'm stuck in my relationship, in my marriage, in my relationship. Or I'm just not breaking through. I sell 10 homes a year. I can't seem to sell more than 10 homes a year. He's going to help you get a breakthrough. You should really do this. It's my 4th time. Am I not sharp? You've been 3 other times since you got it? No, there's that much volume. Nobel Peace Prize, the #1 people in their field he brings in to speak. It'll blow your mind. Whatever you have going this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you should cancel. I know it's the most important thing I'm going to do in 2021 is the next 4 days after my birthday. I told my wife, that's what I want for my 55th birthday. I want to do UPW again, unleash the power within. Because the bottom line is you have the power to do this. You're not God, you're not a God, but God has given you abilities, talents, passion, dreams, vision. And if you're going to make it EXP, you're going to love people. And you have to be like me. Glenn is not like this at all. He's even told me, when you talk to me, I don't like it when you get all passionate. He's actually said it. He's just talk to me, man. And so I've learned to change out of maturity to talk to Glenn in a way he likes to be talked to. He doesn't like it when I get passionate and emotional and fired up. I like that. Glenn doesn't like it because I would have a relationship with Glenn. I alter my personality. It's called maturity. It's called emotional intelligence. And when I meet somebody super analytical, I can tell I slow down. I pull out Excel spreadsheets that James made. I didn't make them. I like the data, and I spend a lot of time on the numbers, and I alter my personality. I'm a chameleon. You know, if they're quiet and amiable, I slow down, I talk quieter, and I said, well, tell me, how does that make you feel? And I've learned how to be a lion with the lions, be an elephant as the analytical thinker, the elephant, right? Be an elephant with elephants, be a chimpanzee swinging from the vines for those sanguines, which I am a natural sanguine personality. And then you have your analytical, your driver, and then the amiable person where you got to talk quieter and all that, and the driver, the lion. And so this is all important stuff. Number 3, you got to team up. You got to team up. Are you really teaming up? You're like, well, my upline sucks. You're arrogant. They're good people. They can help you. If you don't know my upline. I get a feeling the problem's the guy in the mirror, the gal in the mirror who's saying that. Get to know your upline. If you're that an egotistical monster, I could, well, I didn't have what you had. You don't know what I had. You don't know what it was like. Rob Flick was so aggressive, he would blow people out. They're like, that guy, and other people liked him, but not everyone did. I lost lots of things because Rob was super aggressive, but I appreciate that and try to pair him with the right people. When I wanted a more loving, nurturing, caring, I get Sheila, my other sponsor, right? And then I had Gene, and Gene's like, it's just great, do it, sign up, you'll love it. Gene's Gene. But that's kind of what I had. Gene, well, that's pretty awesome. Well, back in the day, they weren't these mega superstars. We were just kind of working our way through it. Your sponsor, they're going to be awesome. And so here's the deal, but team up. Find out, do you know all 7 people above you? Who's your sponsor? Who sponsored your sponsor? Who sponsored that person? Who sponsored that person? And call them, have a discussion with every single one of them and say, I want to do this. I'd love to know if I can count on you. Can I from time to time put you in front of agents? And if you don't know them, you certainly won't reach out for help. So make sure you do that. You can obviously reach out to me, Tom Trong, Pat Hayes, Scott Lewis, Jay Kinder, Michael Reese, Al Stasik. I don't want to leave anybody out. I can name thousands of names. So you get the idea. Number 4, hunger drives everything. Hunger. You got to want it bad. And I'm preaching to the choir, you know. There's almost 600 people here. I'm preaching to the choir. You guys showed up, right? Last month we had, I don't know, was it 900? And this month, 600, you know, the very first one, everyone shows up. Now you find out who the serious ones are. And I know that is you guys. So your hunger will drive you through it. Your hunger you'll shatter your what's holding you back. You'll break the chains. You want it so bad. Write this down. Frustration is a precursor to breakthrough. If you're frustrated, that is good, because then you're going to get mad enough to do something about it. And a lot of you noticed I lost some weight. I finally got frustrated enough. Always, who doesn't want to lose weight? But I just kept on having pizza, kept on having a burger and a fry after golf, and and whatever. Let's go out to dinner. I'm buying and woohoo. And I may not be a heroin addict. I may not be an alcoholic, but I love to party with food. I was like a food addict. It was my drug of choice, and I had to learn to say no. And so some of you need to say no to good things. Going to dinner is a good thing with friends, breaking bread. I had to stop going out as much because I lacked some self-discipline in that area. And I did, and it worked. I shed 60 pounds. But you've got to say no. Maybe you hunt too much. Maybe you fish too much. Hunting and fishing is awesome. Maybe you golf every day. Maybe you need to back off that and create some time to do this for the long game. There's a short game and the long game. Write this down. The tyranny of the urgent will keep you broke. Write it down again. Somebody type it in the text, in the chat box. The tyranny of the urgent will keep you broke. Oh man, you're just constantly chasing that next deal, that next fix, you're chasing. You got bills to pay. You got a mortgage. You got a car payment. You got you got kids in private school, or you wish they were in private schools and public school's not safe, and you wish you lived in a different neighborhood. Your neighborhood's okay. Oh no. Oh, my whole screen went black. That scared me. Checking my battery power, man. We were talking, just went whoop. It was just timed out. Okay, that was freaky. But here's the deal. The tyranny of the urgent will keep you broke. You need to set up a schedule and live by your calendar. Type that in the chat box. Live by your calendar. What are you going to do? And do it. Do it. Brush your teeth every night, every morning. Floss. Read. Readers are leaders and leaders are readers. Read. Go to podcasts. Go to events. Prospect for listings and buyers. You got to make money. You still got to sell real estate. Oh, by the way, I never finished that. Everyone goes, well, if everybody's recruiting, who's going to sell the real estate? The problem is everybody's so busy selling real estate for the tyranny of the urgent for their bills that so few really recruit at a high level. It's 80-20% just do real estate. By the way, my friends who just do real estate, they have 400,000 worth of stock, 500. I have agents who sell 30, 35 homes a year. That's not a lot. They have $1 million worth of stock they never recruited. Our failures, and they're not failures of recruiting, they haven't done it. Our failures at EXP have $1 million worth of stock if they've been selling 30, 35 homes a year. $1 million. I have agents who've sold 30, 35, 40 homes a year that have $3 and $4 million worth of stock, and they never did the recruiting piece. Our failures are multimillionaires because they change where they sell their real estate. Well, that's not going to happen again. Want to bet? Wait till we have $250,000 in the next 4 or 5 years. You like the value of our stock with 45,000 of us? When we have $250,000 bringing all their sales with them, which is revenue. And revenue helps create profit and more profit. Oh, baby. You have seen nothing yet. And when we have 1 million agents in 100 countries in the next 10 years, you'll wish that you had a lot more stock. And so you can win stock. I'm not telling you to buy stock. I'm telling you that certain sales metrics and sponsoring agents and terminating people will help you acquire stock. Man, acquire as much stock as you can by selling real estate and or sponsoring agents. Now you could sell 100 homes this year. Next year it pays you nothing. You sponsor 25 agents this year, they'll all be there next year, plus their friends and their friends, and it'll make you do really good, really good. Figure it out. Well, it's hard. I'm glad it's hard. It was hard for me to lose weight. It's hard to learn how to play golf. James is much better. I can barely beat him anymore, and he beats me. He's had a coach. Go figure. He hired a coach. He goes to coach every week. Works on a swing. Works on a swing. Works on week in, week out, week in, week out. He's getting better and better and better. You want to make it at this? Hire a coach. I don't know who's going to coach you. I tried. They weren't very good. Well, get somebody else. Come on, man. Come on. This is your life I'm talking about. This is your kids. So I got to going to your everything. The future, we talked about it. It is bright, it is gorgeous, and you get to be a part of it. If you raise your hand, me, okay, I'm in. I'm all in. I'm tired of making excuses, right? Well, I've tried before. I've tried Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and many diets. I've had boot camps. I've thrown up at 5 a.m. during burpees. I've done stadiums, so I threw up on the side of the track. I did it, and it didn't work because I wasn't all in. I'd leave there and go have breakfast. I'm hungry. Let's go get breakfast. You know what I mean? Are you with me? But when you go all in, when you have reckless abandonment and you not in an irresponsible way to your family, you still need to sell what you need to sell. But if you sell 25 homes a year and it's enough, then well, I'm going to double it and go to 50. No, keep it at 25 and go sponsor 10, 15 agents. Watch what happens. You can sell 100 homes this year and sponsor nobody. Next year you got nothing. You got to go sell 100 homes again. You sponsor 10 or 15 agents this year. Probably 10 or 15 will be there next year. Maybe 2 or 3 blow out, whatever their broker recruits them. But they'll be there with their friends and their friends and their friends. You get it? You got to get this. And I know you do. So I'm fired up. Number 6, get excited. Did I say you should get excited? Get excited. Drink a cup of coffee. I don't know. Grab a Coke Zero. I drink black coffee a couple times a day. Now I try to limit myself to a Coke Zero. I know it's battery acid, but that or a milkshake. I'll take the Coke Zero. So here's the deal. I try to do one a day, but what does it have to, nothing. Why'd you get me talking about Coke Zero? Okay, stop it. Now, so here's the deal. You need to get excited. Nothing happens till you get excited. Come on, man. I don't know. Listen to some inspirational music. Listen to some Beethoven, some Bach, Mozart's greatest, some jazz music. I like that new song, Bang, by AXR. Bang, baby. Google that thing. That's a fun song. I like that song. What music do you like? Get yourself fired up. Hang around good people. If people are tearing you down, get the heck away. I'm slobbering on my own. I'm getting all fired up here and the juices are flying.
I'm excited.
Get away from people who are tearing you down. Run. Shut the door. Get away. Get around people who build you up. Your friends, people who care about you. The ones that are not good, the principal vacuum. Get rid of what you don't want in your life to make room for what you do want. We're on the home stretch. Number 7, be a student of this business. All of you should go to YouTube. Put my name there, Brent Gove, in the search box. It'll bring you to my YouTube channel. Look for Tahoe Mastermind 2020. Watch session 1. I've had people, they said they've watched it 10 times. It's changed. They say it's the best training you've ever done. And I know it isn't because there's some things I didn't teach in there about show it to Bob on Monday, show it to his best friend on Tuesday. His best friend, who's your best friend in real estate? Show it to them on Wednesday. Maybe they're in Chicago, maybe they're in Knoxville, it doesn't matter. Who's your best friend? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday, you're 6. And then I'm in, then and like dominoes, they all get in a week instead of taking months or years to get that same group of people. I didn't teach that at the Tahoe Mastermind. It's a new distinction I've just gotten this weekend. But I'm telling you, there's so much other good stuff. YouTube, type in Brent Gove, look for Tahoe Mastermind 2020, and we did it 3 months ago with 45 of my leaders in a multi-million-dollar log cabin, 5.5 million. I wanted to bring value, and we just rocked it. People have said it's really helpful. Okay, student of the business, learn, grow. Number 8, combine this with massive action. You know, it's great that you've been in school for 20 years and you have 2 PhDs, but you haven't done anything. Same thing here. Yes, I want you to do these things, but just work at it. You want to become a great snow skier? Do it every day. You want to be great at duck hunting? Do it every day. And so same thing, short-term pain, long-term gain. You can focus on the short game, selling 100 homes, or focus on the long game, enrolling 10 or 15 agents for EXP. List agents or list homes? List homes or list agents? Listing homes, the short game. List agents, the long game. It'll change your children's life, your grandchildren's life. It's hard. I get it. It's not necessarily easy, but once it gets easy, then it's fun. And I said it last time, build it slow, it's painful. Build it fast and fun. Slow and painful, fast and fun. Your choice. You join it? Do you like it? Quit dipping your big toe in the shallow end of the pool. Get down there, climb not the diving board, but the other one. The one that goes up 30 feet. Remember that one? The high dive when you were 5 years old and it looks like it's 300 feet to the bottom and you're like, oh, heck no. And you walk back and you go down the ladder because you're terrified and you're still, we were all kids. We all got on the high dive. You're like, you were afraid to jump off it so high. I'm telling you, you need to go and do the swan dive, do the Acapulco high dive in the deep end. This is a special time as EXP is growing from 45,000 to 1 million in the next 10 years. People go, what was it like when there were only 40? You were there at 40. The stock was only, wow, this is your time. You need to seize it right now. So combine being a student business with massive action. Massive action was number 8. Number 9, come from contribution. Your new agents, put together a top producer panel in your market and then bring 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 agents to it. Don't make it about EXP. It's all about listings. It's all about buyers. It's about how to build a team. It's about how to sell 50 homes this year. The next time it's how to sell 100 homes. It's about social media marketing and internet lead generation. There's all different things you could put on as a new agent. Get speakers. I don't know how to share. Get people who do. Say, would you be a top producer panel? And get them on. And then you bring agents there and tell them this is not about EXP. I guarantee you come this, you'll probably sell 10 more homes this year. And if you're making 10,000 homes, it's going to add 100,000 your income. Take this information and go back to Coldwell Banker and prosper. Go back to Keller Williams and prospect. Go back to Remax and prosper. You don't need to come to EXP. We're not going to talk about EXP. We're going to talk about there. And then they come, the music's cranking. You teach them about how to go get listings and listing ideas and how to get a signed contract and what to say and how to say it. And then you crank the music afterwards, a couple hours, 2-3 hours. You have 5, 10, 15, 20 guests there. You don't know anything about real estate, but you're able to open your mouth. You're not gripped with fear, and you're saying, come, this is going to help you. Charge $25. I'll pay for you. I will scholarship you. On me, come. Learn, grow, and go back to Century 21. Well, come on, Brent, you'd love it if I, of course I would. Yes, I don't deny that. In fact, it's my goal to become more valuable than your sales manager. Everyone write that down. Be more valuable than the broker owner of whatever independent or the team leader or sales manager, whatever company they're from. You become, meet with them, coffee and lunch, and pour into them. I do this stuff all the time and it works off. 2 last ones were done. Number 10, be competitive. Find someone to run with. That person for me was Pat Hayes. When I got in 4 years ago, good looking, gregarious guy. He had like 80 people in his group. I had nothing. I go, man, I'm chasing Pat. And I started running, like, look at the flash. And I caught him. You know, and then I picked other people and I caught them. And so pick someone. You may look at me and go, I can't do that. That guy's crazy. He's nuts. Be authentically you. I'm not trying to be Glenn Sanford. He's not like this. I'm not trying to be like Jason Guessing or Dave. I'm just me. I'm free to be me. I don't care what you think. I'm going to love you. I'm going to help you. If you don't like it, that's on you. I know my heart's in the right place. If someone doesn't want to get EXP, they're not rejecting me. They're rejecting EXP. Maybe I said something wrong. I'll get better next time. The more I do, the quicker I'll get better, and shorten that time frame. So be competitive. Find someone who's maybe got 20, 30, 50 people and chase them. Beat them to 100. Beat them to 250. I know. I think it was Jeff Willems picked AJ Maida, and they were racing to 1,000, and one of them beat the other one. Then they kept it up and raced to 1,500, and then they raced to 2,000, and now they raced to 3,000, and one of them beat the other one there, and I'm not going to say who, but they know who it was, and now they're racing to 5,000. They're going to race to 50,000. My gosh, the world is 208 industrialized nations with 25 million agents and brokers. There's 1 million in India alone. I mean, I'm just telling you. Like, everyone's heard about it. I heard about Keller Williams 15 times over 9 years, and then I joined, and I was thrilled I did. Knowing about it doesn't mean there's no opportunity. It's credibility. Like, man, we just got the #1 Remax agent in Sacramento to Keller Williams this last week. We get the #1 Keller Williams agent that was left over after Tom Daves, Connie, individual agent, 75 sales a year, came last week, joined the EXP. When you're getting the top agents from your competitors, like the #1 agents joining, I mean, there's just a momentum. The Remax agent, she got 40 calls that weekend. Are you kidding me? She was, yeah, it wasn't true. It wasn't what the management team had said at Remax was a lie. EXP is amazing. I look behind the veil. I got to oh my gosh, if you understood it, you'd be excited too. Like, really? Okay, I trust you. Tell me more. And so that's why they'll do anything to keep you. Finally, number 11, and we're done. 10 minutes over. Recruit through people, not to people. And I've been guilty of recruit to, and then have this sense of urgency every 24 to 48 hours, not a week later, 2 weeks later, never. A week later, 2 weeks later, a month later, never. Just too slow. Got to have a sense of urgency. Invite them to something. Get them on a Zoom. Meet with them for lunch. Boom, boom, boom. Do it quickly, like in a week or two. Help them come. There's a momentum to listing people. But I've even said recruit through people, not to people. But I have lacked the focus on, if I show this to somebody today, the best thing I can do is show it to their best friend tomorrow. That is job A, number one. And their best friend may go, I'm in. Then you got 2 people instead of 1. Because when they sign up, when you enroll an agent, what do you want to do? Talk to other agents. Well, now they're afraid, they're in, like, I don't want to be that guy, that gal that everyone's talking about. If you believe in the company, you want to be that guy. Who cares what they think? Stop being a narcissist. If you're coming from love in your heart and you're going to help them, it's okay. Doesn't matter. They move on. I literally showed this to a guy I really respect 3 years ago. He blew me off so hard. He's down in LA. One of my favorite speakers from Craig Proctor. He's like, dude, I'm good, not interested. I'm so happy. It's great to hear from you, but I'm going to pass. And he's really strong like that. I said, okay. I thought about him for 3 years. I got back involved with him to have him speak to my team because I just love him so much. He's a great guy. He's not with EXP currently. And then we were talking. He did not remember that I talked to him 3 years ago about it. You're thinking, oh, they remember me. He doesn't even remember. He was, hey, man, you got to tell me about the EXP sometime. And literally I go, we talked about this 3 years ago. And he's like, we did? And I just caught him when he had a lot to play, a lot of escrows. He was pressured. He's like, no, I'm not chasing a shiny object. And a lot of times they are shiny objects. EXP is not. The point is I'm making, people are not thinking about you. They forgot you even talked to them about it. So be smart about it. Don't throw up EXP on them, but use some emotional intelligence. Use your smarts. Value, help them, invite them to virtual events and all that. And so again, recruit through people to the next one, then go to the next one, Like in 5 days, you should show each person's best friend. And if number 3, 4, 5, when they hit, there goes the whole line. Work your way back up. You'll get them all in a week instead of months and years. I think I'm done. Yep, I'm done. So I'm going to do Q&A for like 1 minute in the chat bar. So if someone has a question they want to ask in the chat bar, please don't thank me right now. You guys are sweet. I love you. But if someone has a question based upon something I said in the chat bar, type it there. I'm going to take a couple questions and we'll wrap it up. If you got to bounce. Yes, this was recorded. Rob and James recorded this. The Model Explain, we're hoping it's going to be posted Friday. It'll still be themodelexplain.com. It'll just take down the old one, put up the new one. Same information. I'm skinnier, tanner, and hopefully I got a little heat on the ball. I think it turned out really good. Is the best friend a realtor? Yeah, the best friend. We want it to be a realtor. Ideally, we want these to be agents and brokers. You'll get quicker. You convince somebody, then they got to go spend 3 or 4 months. Nothing wrong with that. I've taught that. Certainly nothing wrong with that. But if you want to grow fast, we're looking for agents and brokers. There's 2 million. I am new to EXP. What would be the very first place I would show an agent to record? That's themodelexplain.com, if I got that right. You want to show them themodelexplain.com. If you can do it in person with them, great. Mastermind Tony Robbins, March 14th, 15th, and 16th. No, it's March 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Unleash the Power Within. There is a business mastery coming up. I think you're referring to March 14th, 15th, and 16th, and that's like $20,000 to go to, which I'm going to that with my wife. She paid $18,000. I think we're paying $38,000. We're like into this stuff, right? We want to learn, grow, love, serve. If those are evil things, then I'm an evil person. I'm going to love, grow, serve, and do that stuff. What do you say to agents who work at brokers that don't change a commission? What do you say to agents that work at brokers that don't change a commission? I'm not sure I understand the question, Jason. You can unmute your mic, Jason, and ask me if you're.
Charge, Brent.
What?
Charge a commission, not change.
Who don't? What do you say, brokers that don't charge you? Well, most. You mean like a flat fee broker? You just show them the model. Well, this is a great question, Jason. Thank you, and thank you, James. Help me get this. Listen to me. What do I say to a new agent? What do I say to a top producing? What do I say to a luxury agent? What do I say to a guy who owns a franchise? What do I say to someone who owns a $250 million? I say the same thing to everything. I want your opinion on EXP. I would love for you to tear it apart. Show me. I'm thinking about putting a lot of time, energy, effort, and money into doing this, and I don't want to make a mistake. Save me from doing something stupid. Remember, you're recruiting through people. They're tough to give them the script to talk to their friend. I really need you to look at this. I'm thinking about leaving Coldwell Banker. I'm thinking about leaving Sotheby's or Compass or wherever for EXP, and then show them the model explain. I sit down and press play on my own video all the time. I show the model explain. I don't want to sit there for 36 minutes and put out the energy. I did that hundreds of times. We edited it down and we package it up. It's pretty good. And so, and then we discuss it. So that is that question.